Today we're going to talk about Michael Chikumbutso. He's a Zimbabwean guy. This guy is particular. So you want to see his president. This is the president of Zimbabwe, brand new president. He wants to officially show his newest creation of a car. The car was supplied by Chinese, just the basis of it, just the top, but the interior and many of the things were actually built by himself. My people, Michael Chikumbutso. Have you ever heard of that name before? Well, if you've never heard of Maxwell Chikumbutso, excuse me, we're going to discover who this guy is. This is a very interesting story of a man from Zimbabwe who's an absolute genius. Absolute genius. You know, we don't talk about our geniuses very much. We tend to speak about our artists, our music artists, our actors, our sportmen. We tend to put too much pressure about that. And that's the reason why a lot of black people just want to be actors and artists and musicians and stuff like that. Basketball players, you know, it's just crazy. But we have people who have brains. Now, there's this man from Zimbabwe. His name is Maxwell Chikumbutso. He's came up with a groundbreaking discovery. He has basically built a car. Okay, he's built a car. He has presented to the president of Zimbabwe a car that doesn't need fuel. That's a particularity. How is that possible? Yes, Michael Chikumbutso is using radio waves to create energy, and that is something you can get from everywhere. It's just from the air.
The vehicle, it uses what we call the microsonic energy device. The microsonic energy device, it is the device that I personally invented in 2009.
And what's even more particular about this car is the fact that most cars need fuel, right? Even electric cars need fuel or electric energy, batteries. His car gets charged one time and that's it. You don't need to charge it anymore. This is crazy. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. I know I look good, but you can comment. You can say, "Hey, Zack, you look good today." It's fine. It's okay. Nothing wrong with, passing a good vibe to a brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Today we're going to talk about Michael Chikumbutso. He's a Zimbabwean guy. He is Zimbabwe on the map. I know a lot of people don't know geography, but yeah, great. We together, we're going to help each other. This guy is particular. So you want to see his president. This is the president of Zimbabwe, brand new president. He wants to officially show his newest creation of a car. The car was supplied by Chinese, just the basis of it, just the top, but the interior and many of the things were actually built by himself. Now, I'm going to read very quickly what the Zimbabwean presidency said so we can move forward. President Mnangagwa takes time from his leave to meet Zimbabwean inventor Maxwell Chikumbutso at the State House. Chikumbutso has come up with a groundbreaking technology that uses radio waves to power generators, motorbikes, and motor vehicles. As you can see, this is not just for motorbikes. So it's also generators. So if you need a generator to power your house, you can use Michael Chikumbutso's technology. And motorbikes. So you charge your motorbike one time and that's it. No need to worry. Let's continue. Which converts radio frequency to pure energy. The radio frequency used occur naturally and it is available anywhere on Earth and on the sea. The products which have generated a lot of interest worldwide will be launched on the 10th of February in Zimbabwe. So we're not going to read everything, but it's very interesting. The car basically has got two modes. Mode 1 is driving very easy. Mode 2, you drive from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2 seconds. So that's 0 to 60 miles in 2 seconds. That's pretty fast. And the highest speeds is 220 kilometers an hour. In miles, that's probably 150 miles. Yeah, or a little bit lesser than that, but very close to that. And the units of the car cost $14,000. Michael Chikumbutso, congratulations. Let's clap some hands. I think he deserves this. This is very interesting. If you go on YouTube and look for this guy, Michael Chikumbutso, you'll see he's done many work in the past. He's tried this many times before. He did television that was not plugged on TV, on a power supply. So you could just switch the TV on without having electricity.
On the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power as you can see.
I'm sure this will be very, very interesting for Nigerians because there's no electricity in Nigeria in most cases. So many Nigerians can buy this and be very happy. I'm just kidding, but I'm just telling the truth. Anyway, manager, don't be angry. It's an helicopter making noise. So many years ago, he came up with different inventions. And it didn't work out because a lot of people, as you would know in Africa, they expect you to fail. Look, it's very sad, but that's reality. If an African comes up with something very interesting and very new, something astonishing, they expect it to fail somehow. You don't naturally get finances. You don't get sponsorships. You don't get help. They go like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. And that's it. Now, this guy's been doing this for over 10 years. He's been putting pressure. There was a moment where he went to the United States of America because apparently he needed to patent his work and also fund sponsorships. While he came back to Zimbabwe very, very sick, he was poisoned. Yes, he was poisoned. He was poisoned and his partner in business was unalived from poisoning. But this guy survived. Now, the question is, why would you poison somebody who's creating something that's not truth? That doesn't make any sense. So they refuse to patent his work because they say anything that defies the law of physics is not an industrial application solution. So it cannot be patented. So if it cannot be patented, does it mean it's natural? Like you can't patent water, right? Water gives you fresh, makes you feel good. You can't patent water. You can't patent juice from a fruit. You can't patent natural things. So if you cannot patent his work, it means it's the real work. I know a lot of people are doubting this guy, of course, because he's Zimbabwean, he's African. And I know a lot of South Africans don't necessarily like what Zimbabweans. Oh, my South African people, you just said, I just said to give you a jab. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being serious, okay? I know you have no issue with Zimbabweans, no doubt. Unless you're Zulu. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm just playing. Now, to be honest, Zimbabweans are the most educated people in Africa. Yes, you can go double check that. I'm not sure about 2024, but a few years back that was the case. Because the majority of Zimbabweans do go to university and they have degrees. I understand the country is not necessarily nice right now. They're going through the most because of the choices they made in the past, chasing white people. Don't chase white people, my brother. Chase them intelligently. I'm telling you, even South Africa came up with that idea. Let's take the land without compensation. Let's take the land white from, let's take the land back from the white. But then very quickly they understood, you know what, if you kick these people out, guess what? Number one, you're not going to be able to farm like them. I'm sorry. Let's get things straight here, okay? You're not going to be able to do it. It's going to be mayhem. You don't have the experience. I'm sorry. You need to learn from him. At least 100 years or maybe 80 years at the most. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. Number two, if you do that, you're going to have a fight because the Afrikaners are going to fight you. They're like Russians. They don't care. There's respect in their community. They order. There's very disciplined. They're very well trained. Number three, the international community will come for you. They will ban you from selling, ban you from buying. They will do to you what they've done to Zimbabwe. So sometimes, even though you think you're right, my brothers, you need to let it low. Keep it down. Don't just open your mouth because you think you can talk. Nah, I'm just talking. No, you stupid. Stay quiet. And congratulations. Julius Malema came up with this idea very, very hot in the beginning. He doesn't quite talk about it anymore. He will brush it, but doesn't really talk about it. Let's stay back to Zimbabwe. Michael Chikumbutso has tried many, many things to be known. But as you can see, after coming back to America, he was very much disappointed with what happened to him and also his work not being recognized. So he was being pushed aside. Like, he's not serious, he's a liar. But there's nobody to contradict him. I mean, if he's lying, can somebody come say, no, this is a fake technology? He's lying. No one has done it in 10 years. You know what they've done? They've ignored him. If you go to, these AI on Google, it's going to tell you he pretends he can do this. He pretends he can do this. He alleges that he can do this without electricity. Why would AI talk about somebody who's irrelevant, who's a liar, who pretends? It's been, they talk about it because it makes sense, because what he's doing is something. So we don't know what the state is going to do. They've mentioned here that they need support. The president said such talent needs to be cultivated and nurtured for the benefit of the nation. He further described it as a perfect actualization of Mantra Nika Onovankwa. So that means President says he's looking to perhaps sponsor or push this work forward.
All this from the time he began doing these things, I've been supporting him.
I hope this is not just word, but this is reality. We have another problem here. The other problem is if you provide a service where you're going to cut off energy or source of energy to supply people with free energy, my brother, you are the enemy of those people. You know, those powerful people, they make money out of energy. Saudi Arabia, they are Saudi Arabia because of energy. So if you're going to provide a car that's going to take away the power of Saudi Arabia, the power of Russia somewhere, the power of Iran, the power of the United States of America, I don't know how much they're going to like you. So they have two solutions. Number one, they're going to unalive you if you're too strong. Number two, they're going to ignore you. You know what I mean? They're going to unalive you or they're going to ignore you. And I think so far, they've tried to ignore him. Okay, and that's why nobody talks about this guy. And also they try to unalive him. They just see, okay, he's not going to go anywhere with it. He's an African anyway. Who's going to believe him? Nobody's going to believe him. But if somebody is a crook, okay, he's telling you like, can you be a crook for 10 years on one subject? I don't think so. I think you can only lie about something for so long, right? You can only tell a lie about something for so long until somebody comes and corrects you and put you at naked. You can't be lying about one subject for over 10 years. It must be truth. Now, is this technology even something to consider as truth? Absolutely. Have you ever heard of Nikola Tesla? Yes, I know a lot of you know Tesla is the car. I bought myself a Tesla. I don't know where the Tesla name comes from. Well, Nikola Tesla was a genius in the early centuries. Extremely intelligent. He was working with energy and many things. He was a pioneer in the field of radio. He conducted excessive research on electromagnetic waves and developed many key components on radio technology. He also envisioned the possibility of wireless energy transmission. Wireless energy, imagine your TV is here and whatever energy source is there and you're conducting wireless energy. That was Tesla in the beginning of the century. And guess what happened to him? They unalived him. And after they unalived him, they came to you with the idea of you need petrol for everything. You need fuel. Yes. Now, doesn't this sound to you like this is something that truly exists? If Nikola Tesla himself somewhere, Nikola Tesla did some work that's very close to this. Let me know how you feel about this. Your advice to Michael Chikumbuzo, how would you manage this if you were his manager? How would you get this done? How would you direct this? Is this the right direction? Teaming up with Chinese and teaming up with the government. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.